The dimensional veil, a synthesis of perception and reality. The contemporary debate regarding the dimensionality of our universe, whether we reside in a three-dimensional world or a four-dimensional space-time, is often framed as a conflict of facts. In reality, it is a conflict of vantage points. To understand why this debate is both persistent and periodically annoying, one must look past the coordinates and consider the bio-locked nature of the human observer. The blind men and the elephant. The ancient parable of the blind men and the elephant remains the most apt metaphor for our current scientific struggle. We are biological entities groping in a dark room, attempting to describe a reality that exists entirely outside of our heads. From the perspective of classical geometry, we feel three spatial dimensions because our survival depended on it. Our brains evolved to calculate the trajectory of a predator or the distance to a fruit-bearing tree. To this biological user interface, time is not a dimension, but a flow, a parameter of change experienced one frame at a time. However, when the periscope of mathematics is extended, the view changes. Albert Einstein and his contemporaries touched a different part of the elephant, realizing that space and time are inextricably woven into a single, four-dimensional manifold. In this block universe, the past, present, and future exist simultaneously as a geometric whole. The now that we feel so viscerally is not a physical fact of the universe, but a limitation of our biological hardware. The bio-locked observer. The concept of being bio-locked suggests that our consciousness is tethered to the narrow hallway of our evolution. We are not designed to perceive the fundamental architecture of the cosmos. We are designed to survive within a specific slice of it. Our perception of a three-dimensional world is, in many ways, a sophisticated hallucination. Our retinas are two-dimensional surfaces. Our brains construct depth by comparing angles. We are, essentially, two-dimensional observers rendering a three-dimensional projection. When we encounter the fourth dimension, time, we find ourselves bio-blocked. We can move left, right, up, and down, but we are dragged through time at a fixed rate, unable to turn around or view the landscape as a whole. The veil of emergence. Modern physics is currently straining to see behind a new veil. The possibility that space and time are not fundamental at all, but emergent properties. Theories such as the holographic principle suggest that our 4D reality might be a projection of information stored on a lower dimensional boundary at the edge of the universe. In this view, space is likened to temperature. Just as a single atom does not have a temperature, it only emerges when trillions of atoms interact. Space and gravity might only emerge from the complex entanglement of quantum information. If this is true, the dimensions we argue about are merely the pixels of a user interface. Behind the pixels lies no space and no time, only the source code of information. Conclusion: groping for the source code. The frustration of the dimensional debate arises because we are reaching the limits of what a biological brain can reasonably model. We are like deep-sea creatures attempting to theorize about the nature of fire. We can write the equations for heat and light, but we can never truly feel the sun on our skin. Whether we call the universe 3D, 4D, or 11D, we are simply choosing which map to use for a territory we cannot inhabit. The dream of modern science is that by understanding the information behind the veil, we might move from being accidental observers to becoming architects of our reality. Until then, we remain within our biological cages, peering through the cracks of mathematics at an elephant that is far queerer than we can suppose.